runner. So this runner, she loves to run. She was born to run. She wakes up in the morning, she goes running every single day. This is her life. Well, right now we're going to pretend that all of us are going to start running 5 days a week. Every morning we're going to get up in the morning, we're going to go for a run. He's like, I'm out of here. And we're going to go for a run. But here's the catch. We're not going to do a long run. We're just going to do 30 minutes to get our blood flow and get active. And as we go out the door, it's a beautiful day. This is the best day to go running. It's so wonderful out. It's clear, the skies, and it smells great. So we're running along, we're like, oh, my heart. But, we're just enjoying it. It's wonderful. We come home, the next day we wake up and we're ready. We're like, you know what? I'm going to do this. This is good. This is good. And you open the door and it's pouring rain. Nope, I'm not doing that. We're done. I'm going to get sick if I go running in the rain. This is not going to happen. I'll wait until tomorrow. Next day, you open the door and you're like, oh my gosh, are we in Georgia or something? It's freezing. And it's 35 degrees outside. And you're like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. It's just not going to happen. It's too cold. I got it. My health is important. So you go back inside. The next day you come and you try again. And it's hot. It's 95 degrees out. Nope. I'm going to get exhausted. I'm going to get heat exhaustion. I'm just not going to do this. I'll wait until that perfect day to go out and go running. Well, it's just interesting because your neighbor is this young girl that loves to run. And she opens the door the same day and it's pouring outside. She's like, oh yes, God thank you. I love it when it rains. I love the feeling of that rain pouring down on me. It keeps me nice and cool. It's just so wonderful. And she goes off and she enjoys her run. She comes back the next day. It's so cold outside and she's like, oh yeah, I can push myself harder than I ever pushed myself before. This cold weather is going to keep my core temperature down. I can run really hard and I can just go all out. She loves running in the cold. Next day, opens the door and it's hot. She's like, oh, this is perfect. I'm going to start sweating. I'm going to get all the toxins out of my body. And now I can really test my limits. Because when it's hot outside and you're running, you're pushing your body's limits. She's like, this is great. But her mindset was, I'm a runner. I'm going to run. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's snowing. I don't care how hot it is. I'm moving forward. But everybody else, that's not runners. That's not their motivation. Guess what happens? Nope, I got another excuse. Let me tell you a reason why I'm not doing this. It's not my fault. No, it's all these other reasons. I'm going to get sick. We can find all the reasons in the world not to go running. And the problem that we're doing this in our daily lives. We're not just doing this with running. We're having that horrible mindset. If you take a second and step back, just kind of step out of yourself and pay attention to yourself from a distance and see how you're acting towards things and say, you know what, I'm not going to think like this. I'm going to change my mindset because I want to be an achiever. I want to be successful. I want to create what I'm going to do. So for example, this is my first time ever doing something like this. I've gotten up in front of people and talked for 30 minutes about fixing their credit or just little simple things. Nothing like creating a program, gathering people together to build something. So I had a choice. I could say, you know what, I'm going to put this together, make everything perfect, and we would have never been here. Or I could set a date, start putting it together, life happens. My life got crazy busy. I didn't think I was going to even remember any of the stuff that's on this paper over here. I was like, you know what, screw it, let's just go for it. Because if you don't go for it, if you don't move forward and you keep making excuses or coming up with reasons not to do it, you'll never do it. Then you'll never achieve anything in your life. So, with that being said, we have something called the conditioned mind. Does anyone know what a conditioned mind is? I know you know what it is. So the conditioned mind, your mind is conditioned to keep you safe. It's designed to protect you. That's what our mind does. Everything that your conditioned mind does is only for one purpose, to protect you. When you were a caveman, well, none of you guys were cavemen, I hope, but when we were cavemen, we had a conditioned mind, and that's the only reason we survived. When a big dinosaur came running towards us, the conditioned mind said, run, And when your conditioned mind, when you're a guy and you're going to talk to a girl, the conditioned mind doesn't want you to talk to that girl. It's giving you all these reasons. Oh my God, if you talk to her, she's not going to like you. She's going to embarrass you. She's going to make fun of you. All the worst thoughts come into your mind. But your first instinct is, oh, I need to go talk to her. Oh, wait, look, I'm going to chill out for a second. And the only thing that's happening is nothing wrong with your conditioned mind. It's designed to protect you. All it's doing is protecting you from a bad outcome. The problem is your conditioned mind lies to you. If you listen to the first instinct that you have, that's the right instinct. That's the right answer. Your body doesn't have instincts for no reason. we're animals. We really are. We're humans, but we're animals. And we live off of instinct. If your first instinct, if you walk into a room and your first instinct is, I need to go to the bathroom before I get up and start talking, you better do it, or you're going to be in trouble, right? Or if you see the girl of your dreams, she could be the girl of your dreams, but you'll never know if you never go and say hello, because you psych yourself out. So what I recommend to people is the 5-second rule. Whenever your conditioned mind, you got an instinct, all of a sudden that instinct kicks in, your conditioned mind's going to start kicking in as soon as you have that instinct. So what I tell people to do is count to 5 backwards. Don't count to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because you keep counting. Oh, I'm going to go 6, 7, 8. Count to 5 backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then do it. The only reason you're counting is because when you count backwards to 1, when parents want their kids to listen, they count backwards, or they count to 10. But I'm telling you to count backwards because a lot of people will be like 6, 7, you know what, and they won't move forward. But if you count backwards, you say 3, 2, 1. All of a sudden, they're all sitting in there quiet because they know I have until this point to do what I'm supposed to do. So you're basically programming yourself by counting backwards. You're saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I gotta go. In the morning, when you're tired and you don't want to get out of bed, if you make a decision, you say, you know what, I'm going to get up every morning at 7 o'clock. Okay, no, I'm going to get up at 6 o'clock because I want to get up, I want to exercise. You're laying in bed, the first thing your conditioned mind's going to tell you, no, I'm not getting out of bed. I'm too tired. You know what, I'll put my alarm on snooze. I got another hour, I'm good. But if you do this technique, and you follow this 5-second rule, and you count in your head, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all of a sudden you're going to know you're out of bed. Because you're training your mind, and you're training your body to start to listen. And you can use this for the rest of your life. I just tell you, don't do it in public. If you're standing at the work office and you're like, I gotta get up and go ask for a raise, and everybody's around you and you're like 5, 4, 3, people are gonna freak out, like, what's going on? So don't do that, just do it inside your head. So that's what the conditioned mind does. It protects us. And what we want to do is we want to control our conditioned mind. We want to program our conditioned mind. When the conditioned mind starts giving you bad thoughts, saying, don't do this, don't do that, what you want to do to tell your conditioned mind, hey, it's okay. So you want to look at yourself and you say, you know what? Thank you for sharing. The reason you're going to say thank you for sharing, inside your head, obviously, you say this out loud, people are going to think that they're sharing something with you, you're like, yo, man. But you do it in your head, you say thank you for sharing. Then you're acknowledging your mind. You're letting it know, hey, I hear what you're saying. And you're saying, but you know what? I'm going to go do this. So you're acknowledging yourself. You're letting your mind know, okay, he heard me, but he's choosing not to listen to me. Because if you don't acknowledge yourself, it's just going to keep coming. But when you sit there and you say, thank you for sharing, but I got this covered, man. It's just like telling your friend, your friend that's over here, like, dude, don't do it. You're like, dude, thank you for sharing. I got this. Then you can move forward. So you don't let your conditioned mind control your life. Don't stay in that comfort zone. The biggest issue that we have as people is we love our comfort zone. Nobody wants to go outside of that circle. Now, I have a bunch of things that would go up there for this, but you guys can't see it. It's basically, there's a circle like this, and there's a dot right over here. And then there's a dot right here next to the circle. Here's the thing. When you're in your comfort zone, you're comfortable, you're happy, that's where all your friends are, that's where there's no change in your life. Because you're comfortable. People, we're humans. The biggest thing that we don't like is change. I love change, but I hate change. But I love it. The reason I love it is because I know I'm growing, I know I'm becoming something better. And so if you're in this comfort zone, the new job, the higher raise, all of these things are right outside of the comfort zone. Because you got to step outside of your comfort zone over here to make that noise. It's so amazing. What if it does it over here? So you got to step out of your comfort zone over here to ask your boss for a raise. But a lot of people think in their head, you know what? I don't want all that pressure being the manager. Or I don't want to be a CEO. I just can't handle it. And you're sitting there telling yourself, I can't. And you're in this thing that I call the what if hell. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? Nobody wants to be in the what if hell. So you step outside of the comfort zone. You stop listening to all the what ifs. Stop listening to all the I can'ts. And you go in there and you go for your goal. But you have to be uncomfortable. You guys know what a lobster is? Anyone know what a lobster is? If you guys don't raise your hand, you're really killing me here. So lobsters, they have a shell. And the only way for a lobster to get bigger, I bet you guys didn't know this, they have to shed their shell. And when they shed their shell, they're vulnerable. They have no protection. So they're very uncomfortable. They shed their shell, they move out, and they're living until they can grow a new shell. So the only way for them to get bigger and to grow is by shedding their shell, getting uncomfortable. So that's what we want to do. We don't want to be stuck in this comfort zone. We want to step out to get those goals. Does anyone have any goals that they're trying to achieve right now? Anybody? We got a little guy over here. What's your goal?
Have a successful life.
What about you?
To get a drone again.
To get another drone? Oh, somebody raise your hand over here. All right, Shane.
Oh yeah, build my gym.
He's got a goal. Now, he's got an awesome story. He's going to take every dollar that he has left to his name, and he's going to spend it on building this gym. He's taking a huge risk. That's a big step outside your comfort zone. And if he doesn't do that, so he has another story before that. He took every dollar he had and he invested in a business. We won't discuss which business it was, but he invested in a business, and it changed his life. But if he didn't take that risk, you're talking every penny you got, and take that risk, he would be in a whole different situation right now. Now he's capable of taking every penny he has and puts it there because he knows he has more money coming. But it's still a risk, and it's still stepping outside of your comfort zone. And where's this location that you're doing your gym? See how far away that is? That's a huge outside of your comfort zone type of situation. So if you want to be successful, you want to be successful in relationships, in all aspects of life, you have to learn to step out of your comfort zone. Stop listening to your conditioned mind. Say, thank you for sharing. Can everybody say, thank you for sharing?
Thank you for sharing.
But I got this.
I got this.
Exactly. And stay away from the what if hell. Because what ifs, that's all they are. You guys know who Mark Twain is? Anybody? Mark Twain has a quote. He says, and I'm not quoting it accurately because it's on the screen, but he basically says, I have more fears in my life, or troubles in my life, than actually exist. And what does that mean? That means he lived in what if hell. It's all what ifs. None of them existed. They weren't real. And that holds anybody back. I don't care who you are, I don't care how strong you are, it's going to hold you back. So you got to get away from that. And now you guys know how to do it. Thank you for sharing, but I got this. That's all it takes. It's just that little step. And you got the 5-second rule. Count down backwards.